Well done. He's been racing well, Lance. It did look a race where he had a genuine chance. Once you found the front, that would have boosted your confidence up.
It took me a while to get there. In 27.9, I was a bit worried that we'd done too much. But yeah, I made the commitment early. I said I was going to go forward in my own mind and pushed him forward. Good little horse. He went really good last start. Had a cold a few weeks back and he just lost a bit of form, but I think he's going to win plenty of races.
Yeah, look, he looks to have a good future and he seems like he's on the up at the moment.
He is. He's a really good track worker and he's an honest horse, and he just hasn't really been putting in the races what he can do at home.
Well done. We had a chat to Dad. He said that he's got one over you because he said his first drive was a winner, but I reckon you can go home now and say, well, you haven't driven a winner in the morning and then one at night, Dad.
Yeah, that's a new one. Not too many people can say that that they've driven a winner in the morning and driven one at night. Yeah, and 2 in a row as well. One in the last, and then 12 hours or just 8 or 9 hours later.
Been fantastic for you. You're doing such a great job. How good's this mare going? You got to get out of the gate, and she just found the top. One thing I've noticed about you, young man, you've got a great ability of getting a horse out of the gate quick. It's something that you must have been working on because you are doing a very good job in that department.
Yeah, I've driven a lot with natural gate speed, but all of them never really got out that quick. I know she's always had gate speed, and that was in the back of my mind tonight. And I knew if I could come across as quick as I can, I might be able to cross them all, and that's really worked out for us. Put the pressure on Voucher, and she made a mistake, so it all worked out in our favour, really.
Good to see you, Trotter, doing a good job, Hatchback.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. He's a lovely young trotter, and he sort of come good late last year or the year before. I think in October or something. He started to show a lot of ability then, but he was a headache for a while. 6 months I couldn't do anything with him but just jog him in the cart and stop him from trying to bolt. He used to just want to bolt all the time. He's really good at walking on his hind legs, but as he's got older he's started to come out of it, and it was a good job tonight. He was probably a little bit on the fresh side tonight. Probably going to give him a little break at the moment because he's had a bit of hard racing and he's done a good job.
Yeah, I was just commenting while he was walking around. I could see he was on his toes. He was ready to go.
Yeah, he was. He's always like that anyway, but maybe a little bit more so tonight. And he probably waited for him a little bit as he got near the finish, but I think he had a bit more if we needed it.
Well done, John. Great effort.
Yeah, cheers, Rob. Yeah, as you see, he's been going really well without winning lately, and his runs have all been good. So tonight just worked out perfect. He just began good, got the right trip, and he deserved to win that. It's
got to play on people's minds. I don't know whether it plays on the horse's mind, but you look at a horse like him he's been going well. He's just not winning, and he's just been out of the winners list for so long.
Yeah, I know. I guess this regional racing is just making it a bit tougher on horses like him, which have been, you can't sort of miss the better horses going around, and tonight he actually did. Tonight was probably a field which suited him. He was always a good chance, and he got the cash.
Like a wildfire, third up tonight. We saw that narrow win on his return back to racing. Last start, almost impossible to make ground. They went 55-2, still hit the line nicely. Tonight, tempo was solid, 44.7 lead time. You would have been sitting back in the run thinking this is good.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's the best way to drive him, not do a lot early, and you can finish off in pretty good sectionals. So when the speed was genuine this week, I knew we were in with a big hope because last week just didn't sort of suit us over the short trip, and the last half was just ridiculously quick, and he did a really good job to run second last week. So good to get a win on the board for Connections.
Good win, major times. You just sort of pressed forward, able to find the top, used his class to control the race, but you'd have to be impressed with his last two quarters, 27.5 and 27.7. That was a really good sectional times there.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. Look, he went well last week, and Clayton thought he trained on from that run, and sort of thought he was a chance to really pressing forward and finding the front, and he got that nice breather the second quarter, so he was able to rip home the last two.
Yeah, no, very good, and he's a lovely horse. We know he's competed at the top level, and does he give you the feel that he can just continue to get on with the job through the grades?
Yeah, I think he will. He's pretty versatile. Like, he's got gate speed and he can sort of tough it out a little bit too. So he's versatile against the better ones. Like, he doesn't always have to do the work against those good ones. He'll be sitting away somewhere, and I think he'll match it with them.
He looked terrific in the parade ring. Jody just walking around, he seemed a lot more relaxed than he normally does. He looked well. Dan Malecki alluded to his appearance on a number of occasions. It was just going to be a case of him scoring up and doing everything right. He was just the true professional, and once he found the lead, I think he was going to be the horse to beat.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. He was absolutely glowing. His coat, he's a credit to Clayton and Emma. He's turned out fantastic, and he looked exceptional tonight. I didn't have too many problems with him. I just sort of did what they told me to do at the start and not get him there too early, and he was quite relaxed in the warm-up, and he went great.
Continuity of racing's been the horse's biggest issue. He hasn't had a lot of racing for a horse of his age. He seems to go really well fresh, and then his form tends to taper off, but obviously the stable do a great job in managing him because he always seems to go well fresh.
Yeah, look, and Clayton said earlier that he said when he is right, he's quite a good horse, and if he found the front to get rolling at the 600, and sort of that's what I did, and yeah, he was never in doubt.
He's pretty strong. He seems like he's got that little bulldog attitude about him.
Yeah, he has. He's got a bit of character about him, and once I asked him to slip away and pull the plugs, he really found another gear.
I'm not sure if your dad's ever driven 3 winners in a day, so you might have to check with him tonight when you get home, but I reckon he hasn't.
Yeah, I'll have to double check with that, but I don't think he would have done it, especially. He definitely hasn't done it with a day and then a night.
What a big day for you, Connor. 3 winners, another day to remember for yourself, a winner today, and you've come back tonight with a couple. Freddie Funk, good push in the parade ring. We felt that if it was a danger to 2 times better, it might be Freddie. You got into a really good spot in a 1 out, 1 back, and you were always going to be in striking range from that point.
Yeah, we slid into a lovely spot behind Ryan, and we had the pressure on, which was real good for Freddie. The stablemate's a real nice horse. She had a lot of pressure, and we were able to push out at 450 and make our run, and we sort of just got there.
Yeah, he takes a little bit of time to wind up. He's not that sort of point-to-point high-speed type horse, but one thing about him, he can sustain it, winds up and keeps coming.
Yeah, that's it. He was keep coming. I felt him coming around the turn. He was really travelling, and he sort of just getting him up the straight, pushing. You really have to push him, but he was always had it in him, and I knew he could get there.